Zero आने के बाद शुरू करो and you should go live there, no? Yeah, as soon as it goes zero, I'll start.
Sure.
Hi, good afternoon, audience, and welcome to our freshers of VGIT, the budding engineers. Here we are with the two stars of VGIT, our most adorable Yugandhari and even more most adorable Sai Ganesh with us. Let us have a small talk with them, taking them down the memory lane, keeping up the everlasting ties of alumni and the freshers of VGIT. Let's have a small talk with them right now. She is Yugandhari. She is with the Yugandhari Border Party, Sai Ganesh Woody, and Yugandhari is with Amazon as data engineer for the Amazon Development Center. And Sai Ganesh is with Networking Consulting Engineering Cisco Private Limited. So I think both of them are really, really into the flying colors right away after their graduation. Let's take the tips and let's hit the iceberg of their life and take some few of the tips and of their experiences, and it can be a mixture of positive, negative, and all that. And we have our juniors are waiting for you, Yugandhari and Sai Ganesh. Hope this meet will definitely enhance their skills and update their techniques and how to reach their goals and with perfection and all that. So I'll start off with Yugandhari. Before that, Yugandhari, let us know what is Yugandhari actually is, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so hey everyone, as ma'am told, I'm Yugandhari, and yeah, I was 2020 pass out from IT. And what is Yugandhari means like a person who was involved in everything, like extracurricular activities, chilling with friends, like everything was me. Uh, I only used to believe that studies only will not be enough, even should have fun. So I always used to believe in that fun element. And yeah, so coming like how was my college life there? It was like almost it was fun. Yes, there were studies. I don't say like I didn't have any studies part. Yeah, there were studies too, but mostly like you know there were many of my friends, so we used to like enjoy life, we used to like study together, like fun going girl type. And though I mean yes, as every so coming to my hobbies and stuff, like I love playing basketball, but I rarely got a chance to play in VJIT because I was involved in so other activities, like just any other like fun activity going out with friends and all that. I didn't play much in college, but yeah, that's one of my hobby. And apart from that, I just like seeing stuff on just open like internet, just see some random video on how they're building that, how they're doing that, just some random stuff. I just used to go through all the random stuff on internet and stuff. Yeah, and apart from that, yes, every life has certain problems. I also went through. Yeah, what I learned from those problems is uh there's like everything has a limit. It's not that like only you can never expect your life to be only fun, like most part only fun. No, that doesn't happen. So everyone has like everything has its own limit. So when you reach that limit, right, like when you just reach that limit and when you try to cross it, there'll be a break that you need to stop and you need to you know let's just learn something new. So that happened in my life also. From there, like I've started taking my life even more seriously. I don't like even from first year onwards, I was serious about the career professional part, but I always, used to mix stuff like fun part, professional, personal, everything I used to mix. But once that I started breaching, like crossing that limit, then I realized it's okay, it's time for me to like concentrate a bit more on my professional side. And there's always you know what, you can mix professional, I mean your career and your fun element, both you can mix. So I learned that from that, I mean from that incident. So like a couple of incidents happened in my life. So yeah, that was in my third year. So after that, like we had this friends group in our college. So like everyone, we had this four members of our batch. So all the four of us then like we started digging even more deeply or even more into our careers and stuff. And then yeah, placement started, and yeah, got this job and all. Yeah, that was my complete life in VJIT, I can say.
Okay, thank you, Yugandhari, hearing to your very deep intro and yeah, and your limitations and how you understood your limitations. Moving on, Sai Ganesh, we would like to hear from your intro and your briefing of yourself. Please do.
Hello everyone, my name is Sai Ganesh. As you know, I'm your alumni 2020 passed out. But coming to what is Sai Ganesh, like at first year when I came to VJIT, I was totally introverted. Like these 4 years changed me from introverted to extroverted. Like I met so many people. First year, like everyone has a dream, like coming to the engineering college, carrying one book and going to college. That is not the life. When you go to college, you need to learn. Learn means you need to maintain the percentage. That is my mindset at the first, but later I went on from first year to second year, met some people, came to know that like this is not the way of studying. Like we need to study plus maintain the balance of like doing the extracurricular activities, like going out, going to the hackathons, meeting people, like networking. Most of the important part in engineering is networking. When you meet people who do something like more like you do a project, it coincides with another person, you can discuss your idea and like come up with a better idea, come up, then go to a platform, show your idea, like this is my idea, this can do some changes in the society, or this can be useful to certain part of thing that can be gainful for some people or yourself. So like that goes on from first year to fourth year. I went for number of hackathons. From every hackathon I didn't win like most of the hackathons. From every failure I learned something. That is experience. The further you go, there are failures and success brings you like it's a happiness, but it's not like forever. You need to fail sometimes to learn something. That is experience. From experience you need to like your point of view changes from there. Again you strive for another thing. That is me. And coming to my hobbies, I mostly play chess. uh, that's kind of mind game that I like. And coming to extracurricular, I mostly like watching sports like cricket and everything. But most of the part, I love reading books, novels mostly. And as everyone loves watching web series, I mostly love like Lucifer. And there are many web series I watched. Like in 4 years, there are so many things. But studying, like we need to balance it, like studying and doing extracurricular activities. We need to do both. We should not make it unbalanced. Once we make it unbalanced, backlogs. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Sai Ganesh. Sai Ganesh was talking about success and failure. Yeah, of course, success has a past, but failures have a lot of future. And we have brainy playing brain game of VGIT, playing another brain game at Cisco there. Uh, very nice, Sai Ganesh. And if I ask for our information to give our information to our freshers, I would like to know, like, were you very confident from the beginning, or you had this kind of low profile pockets in your life? And if you really had that, how did you recreate or get back to your confidence in your life? Yugandhari, can I hear it from you?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. So yeah, initially I only had this clear goal that I want to get in a service-based company, let's say TCS or Wipro or Infosys. I didn't. I was very low and high thinking about a product-based company, as I know that my skills were not that level. So what actually built up my motivation is like there actually one training which we attended. It was provided by VGIT only, like it was from this placement side. So it was this course, I mean, this training on full stack development. It was on every Sunday from morning 9 to evening 7, I guess. So like till every weekday, I mean, till Monday to Saturday, we had college. And Sunday, they only selected a few students, and we went there like 14 weeks, I guess, like 14 Sundays we went. we used to think, yeah, what is in Sunday also not leaving us, like they're just roasting us. But there used to be one sir, Imtiaz sir. He was a trainer there. The way the sir used to, just solve a coding problem, or let's say the way he used to explain, like it just completely changed the way I look at a coding problem. So let's say like before that also there was some interviews like which mock interview. Third day also we had some mock interview stuff. So whenever a coding question comes, we're like, Acha, we are not gonna do this. Let's not waste time on this. Let's do our aptitude and stuff. But after ending that training, so the way how you seen the problem had completely changed, and that was my motivation point. Where then I realized, okay, I am losing the skill there. I mean, I'm losing the point there. The thing is, I'm not concentrating on the problem. Just that I'm seeing the length of the problem is so huge. It's a complex problem. It isn't in every cases. The problem can be 4 or 5 lines, but the solution maybe when you actually write the code, it can just be some 2 to 3 lines. Even those cases happen in many interviews also. So that is what I learned, and then my like preparation for product based company started.
Oh, so you say that the start is important. Don't overestimate the problem and stuff. Yes, yes, exactly. We get it. And how about you, Sai Ganesh?
Like at starting I was not interested in doing job, like I want to study for further like good doing MS, but as I am from triple E to jump into like CSC, like doing machine learning or something, it needs experience. So I learned machine learning kind of things, I did projects in machine learning, but it was not enough to get a university, like more like famous university or like to get a top university. You need projects plus experience in the studies. So what I thought is doing in like working in a company, you get the experience. Showing the experience, you can go for higher studies. But to get that experience, you need to work in a company. To work, service companies are like everyone estimate that we can go for service company, but to go for higher studies, service company is not like we need to go for like product companies. Like Cisco is a product company. I started aiming for that. I did learn coding for that. I'm coming from triple E, but from starting from first year, I did like mostly I go for hackathons. I learned coding from there, and then I developed my coding skills day by day, day by day. And in the college, I attended the training sessions for the and mock interviews, and everything helped me. From there on, when I went to the interview, I could give the confident answers whenever there is a coding question or something or else. I could give the confident answers. Then it went on. Like I did fail in some interviews, but coming to Cisco, I never failed. Like from starting to ending, it went on smoothly because that's the experience that comes.
Okay, so how do you take this? Some of the students at the beginning they get rejected or they face failure or they could not solve anything, and how should they motivate themselves? Like you have to keep on trying to until you succeed and all that. So what should be that kind of self motivation for them if
Like
they find failures at every step?
like every interview, like the first interview, they did some coding problem, there was some problem. After coming, they should analyze their experience, like where did I went wrong.
Mm.
They might fail, like okay, the job is gone, that's not a problem, you can try for another company. The problem is where I went wrong, they should analyze it. What's the problem, they should correct it and go further. If they get discouraged there, that stops there, the mindset gets stuck there. If they start like learning from where they made the mistake and go further and gain something and attend next one, maybe they might fail next one, but you get the experience. Take that experience and add the first experience. Check it, recheck it. Have you improved or not? If you are improved, go further. Maybe third one they can pass it. That's the
Okay.
mindset they must.
Mm. So basically, you're asking them to compete with themselves with their own individuals and set back their weaknesses and recorrect where they went wrong, analyze that, and next time they should not repeat that. That maybe that is what is learning from the failures, right? I understand. Do you want to add anything, Yugandhari, or can I move to the next question?
Yeah, I just want to add a point. So,
Mm.
not a point exactly, but one incident which we had seen. So, in our class, there was this one of our friends named Amit. Like we had this gang type in our class. So he was we are one of the same gangs. So like in our gang, and everyone got placed apart from Amit. So Amit, we like from June, I guess we our placement started. So from June he was trying, and he got placed in April with two offers. Till June to April, like April, he applied for every job which came to campus for everything. Suppose let's say first he got, I mean, yeah, there were times that he got disappointed so much, but he self-motivated himself as how Ganesh told. So what? So okay, so if something went wrong, he used to just sit and clarify. Okay, so what went wrong? And he used to reach out to our faculty, like, ma'am, I'm losing, ma'am or sir, I'm just losing this. Can you help us? And can you help me and stuff? And like that, like he just didn't stop. So he just, you can think of June to April means how many months he tried. The thing is you should not give up easily. And secondly, if you're not getting something, you can just ask, go out and ask for help. It's okay if you go and ask for help, and there are people who will help you. So these are the two main, so these are also the two main things which a person has to consider if he needs to get the success from the failure.
Yeah. So identifying the problem and knowing the source from where you can get the solution is also important. Yeah, I understood. Now, as you are from IT and Ganesh is from Triple E and one circuit, one non-circuit and all that. So it's a nice, perfect combination for me, opposite poles. Let our freshers know, like, what are the important subjects, like the toughest ones are M1, M2 and all that. So just advise them how to cope up with those difficult subjects in their semester wise, and how should they plan their study, and they should not look at those subjects as monsters like in BW or M1 or EGMs and all these things. So just give them those tips or study of plan which you used to follow and which really were kind of helpful for you, and how can and they help our first years. Yeah.
Yeah, so coming to, I'll speak about firstly M1. And you know what? In my entire 4 years, like 8 semesters, the subject which I scored highest was M1, 98 marks.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that? So yeah, you know what, everyone thinks maths is something like it's very, as ma'am, as you told, like it's monstrous. It's actually not. See, like every simple, question which they give, you can just say it to your real life example. Suppose, let's say, if I go to a shop, if I give them 10 rupees, like if I buy something, like what is left? So just the one thing which you can do is always you can map what you're learning theoretically to where it is practically applied. If you just see, or if you see around, there's so many things where max is applied, but many people, like, they think that, okay, where do they apply this max? Why am I learning this stuff? You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the second things. The first thing is it's map it to your real life, things which are happening around you. Second thing is where will I use it? So many people, like, where will I use it? And they lose interest. It is almost just everywhere, like especially when what you learn, right? So if you want a career in say data science or anything, like you need maths. Without maths, it's not going to work. And it's coming to other subjects like EDC, that was one of my toughest subjects. I still don't know how I passed that subject, frankly speaking. But yeah, it was one of the toughest subjects. So the one thing which I held this, in every class there will be one person who's expert in one or the other thing. So in our class we had a bunch of people who were expert in EDCs, like in EDC subject. So like suppose we used to have an assessment test, or let's say like before I meds we used to have the assessment test. So at that test our faculty used to give us 1 hour dedicated to this is prepare for the, they're having a test tomorrow, so prepare today. So what we used to do is we used to go to that one person, right? So that person used to sit there and they used to explain everything. So EDC, suppose there's a simple, concept. Let's say I don't remember any concepts also to be planned. Yeah, they used to sit and explain us like the tough topics. And coming to the topics which you can understand, like as said, just relate them to the practical life. So you have this in first you have this house wiring. So you don't understand what's actually going in house wiring in the first year itself, but when you come to EDC or BW, then you can relate it. So that is what I always used to believe in, relating things. And also, yeah, I used to believe in that relating things. That one would help. Next, your friends will be like, for me though, we had this. In every semester we had a tough subject. Once it was some subject on. It was for 1 year. It was design algorithms and some some subject. I even forgot its name. Yeah, and that was one of the toughest subjects. Uh, yeah, even we had a few people, like in one concept a person was very proficient, like had so much knowledge, so a person was able to grasp, one was able to grasp the other other concepts. Like that, we used to collaborate and learn. And the third thing and most important thing is you can just directly go to faculty if you don't get anything, let's say EDC or VW. You can just ask them, ma'am, can you please draw and explain? They will do that. That's what how we did. When a concept is explained theoretically, right, you won't understand. But when they draw and when they show, okay, when this is happening, that then you'll get it. Yeah. So these were the things which I guess helped me clear my toughest subjects.
So identifying that person in the classroom who is proficient in that particular subject, and then grabbing and coordinating and collaborating all of you with that person really helps in a classroom situation. Very well explained, Yugandhari. Thank you for that. And can I hear from Ganesh about your subjects and how did you overcome those hurdles and how did you cope up?
Like as Yugandhari said earlier, like coming with like a group of friends coming together, like what we used to do is like I am proficient in one subject, like I can understand more than others. So I used to take a textbook and mark everything for others so that it can make easy for others. The others also used to do the same. We used to exchange the information, like this is easy for me. I will explain you this. This is like they used to exchange information. In the way of learning, we move like we used to move further. If there is any doubt we couldn't like clarify, we used to go to the faculty and ask like we couldn't clear this, please explain us. They used to explain us. That way it went on. Like there is nothing, like there is no subject that is tough. The only thing is we need to understand it, like analyze like what is the problem, I am unable to understand it, and go further like clearing it. If you are still unable to understand, go to the faculty and ask like I'm stuck here, I'm not able to understand, please explain me clearly, this is a problem, so that they will explain us, we will have like some understanding and we can go further. If we are like no, I don't understand, and sit in a room and just say I don't understand, I don't want to learn, that doesn't work. Like you need to go outside, communicate and ask and learn. That's the main thing. Because there is a network problem.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Ha, Ganesh, can you hear me?
Yes ma'am.
Ha, sorry, we had some technical glitch here. Yeah, you were saying something. Please continue.
Like we used to study in the group the same thing, but whenever a problem arises we need to go to the faculty and clarify it. If we are unable to clarify it, just go to the friends and take them, so that here is a point they can explain and together you can sit and clarify it. If you are not clarifying and sitting in the corner of the room and I don't understand, I don't want to learn, that doesn't work. Like simply, if you treat the subject as a monster, it is a monster. If you treat it as a like I can like I can understand it, you can understand it, but you need to motivate yourself first.
And just want to add a point over here, ma'am, if you're okay. Hello, am I audible? Am I audible?
Same network issue, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But yeah, I just want to add a point before ma'am like gets in. Everyone think like there's no need for us to read from textbooks, but that's actually false because in textbook they explain every concept very clearly. Yes, I agree that for one single concept the textbook has like so many pages, but it's actually worth if you want to understand what's exactly going on. Because if you understand that only, like I mean there's no need for you to butify that concept or that answer. You understand clearly. If suppose let's say you didn't get time, you didn't prepare for that question or that concept, if that arises in the exam, then what you will do, like you already know how it works or what it is. So you can just directly write the answer. There's no need for like like I just forgot to revise it or something. That helps. Like if you start reading from textbooks, that's the plus of that. I see a couple of messages in the chat window over here. I just have like I just went through a question. How can we take the textbook? Yeah, I mean, in college, in a college library, there's actually a particular, scheme sort of thing. So what they like actually do over there is you need to pay a certain amount, and you get all the textbooks required for that semester. So for every, for all the 8 semesters which you will have, this will be the process which you will be going through. Yeah, that way you can get the textbooks. I see another question like how can we learn different coding skills? See, like apart from college, yes, in college, it depends upon what kind of branch you have chosen. So apart from that, if you want to learn anything, there are any number of like coding platforms. Let's say HackerRank, Geeks for Geeks, or Lead Code, and all these you can learn for free and also practice for free. So yeah, that will like help you learn from, like learn coding. So what would be a good start? I would start you to go ahead with gigs for gigs, like, because that starts from the very basic of every concept which you require for any coding language. Like it, as per my knowledge, it covers Python, Java, C, C++, and many other languages also. So you can, I mean, I this isn't something which I suggest you to go ahead with. For other, for triple E and all, I guess Ganesh can suggest. But yeah, for the CS, so this is how uh, you do. I mean, this is how you can still start with gigs for gigs. Like there'll be an every concept, like for every concept, it's clearly explained, and you can do that in different kinds of languages. Let's say in language and whatever you want, and it also covers those languages also. So as you have so much time, as it's still the first year and you have so much time, you can start with gigs for gigs and then start your coding practice in, let's say, HackerRank, or any other platforms or lead code. You can like enhance your coding skills. I guess this answers your question.
Thank you so much, Yugandhari, for taking up the chat questions also. Apart from not, I didn't mention, but thank you so much for the spontaneous act. And Ganesh, how about textbooks helping you score good percentage? Can you give us some inputs on that?
Books helping like a good percentage is mostly like whenever you take a textbook, like you take a certain part of like a topic, you take a topic, just read it, try to understand it rather than like remembering. Just understand how is it working. If there is a concept, just try to analyze it. Like this is like for example, in my degree, let's take a thermal power plant. Take the
Hmm.
diagram, take the layout, understand each part separately, like this part works this, and then follow the flow. You'll understand it. Finally you will get an idea in the mind, this is a flow. So that whenever you go to the exam, rather than just remembering and writing the text, you'll write in a flow, like I understand this, so I can write it in my in your own words, you can explain in the exam. That works mostly. That helps you score more rather than like remembering and writing
Okay.
some part.
Okay. I would like to ask both of you that scoring or high percentage, 80%, 90%, how does that help you in getting a placement job, or knowledge is important, or content is important, the narrative is important, percentage is important, communication is important, or a combination of all this is important? Anyone can answer this.
Okay, then I'll start answering this. Okay, so mostly, the
Yes, you can.
percentage
You
which
can.
you need to maintain is 75 to 80. If you, I mean, 80 is also like, so I remember it
Mm.
was from 70 to 75 or 80, like in the worst cases. So yeah, if you maintain that percentage, it's enough. There's no need for you to score more than 80 or more than 90, because even if you score also, you need, I mean, unless you have this higher studies plans, or till 80 or till 75, if you score, that's absolutely okay. It's no issue with that. And of coming to like, see, the way how you write the exams or the way how you prepare for the exams is not that I need to talk. Is that how much you're learning or how much knowledge you're using. I'll just give a simple incident which happened with me. So I learned SQL. So we had this SQL subject in, I remember it was in 2 I guess. And after that, I didn't start my SQL. Like I didn't even went through SQL. Like when the DBMS exam was done, that's it. I didn't touch my SQL. And when I went into the interview panel for Amazon, they asked me 50 minutes only SQL questions. And all this before days, like I had some 1 week or 2 weeks, I was completely practicing only for coding, and I didn't even have a look at SQL. But all the questions I was asked for SQL. Now, if these kind of scenarios actually happen in real life, or in your practical life, this stuff happens. So how do you overcome it? If you don't partify, or if you just don't only concentrate that you need to get marks, you can able to handle this. So knowledge is important over there. It depends upon how you're learning it. If you try to like, okay, if I learn it for my tomorrow's exam, then it's okay, then I don't need this in my life, is completely a myth, because that's not how it works. So anything you learn, it applies or it's helpful to you in any point of life. So yeah, I would say knowledge is important. the way you're learning it. I mean, see, if we prepare our mind for something, we always take that in that decision itself. So what you need to do is just prepare your mind that you're learning this for something which you're going to apply somewhere in future. So how do you like know it? Like how do you remember it? If you but if I or if you do it, you can't remember it. If you just learn or if you just consider that as some movie is going on or something like a process which just happens one by one or the sequence which happens one by one, then yes, that's the way how you can learn.
Okay. Ganesh, would you like to add something for that?
Yeah, like whenever you think about percentage, just think it is the, like a ticket to enter the interview mostly. After that, the percentage is of no use. Just after you enter, everything that counts is your skills and your communication. Way of communication is the most important thing whenever you go to an interview, and your skills. Whenever you go to an interview, the interviewer will ask, it's not the percentage, he sees the percentage, but it's just an auxiliary, keep aside what is your knowledge, what have you gained in the 4 years, like what have you learned. Coming to the coding, like in triple most of the people think that coding it's the first year, when then we pass the fourth year it's not required. That's not the point. Whenever you go to an interview, that like software company or anything, they'll ask the
I can't
coding.
hear this.
What will you answer, like when you go, they ask this, some simple C code also some people may not be able to answer, but they have the percentage to enter the to enter into the interview. But some people may not have the percentage. They'll they have like least like 70%. When they attend the interview, they may be able to perform well because they have the knowledge. They can they can answer confidently, like I have knowledge in this part of things, I can do this work, I have done so much, like I have done this project, and I can explain this project. That in this way it goes on, like everything is needed, like percentage entry, and after skills are the main thing. Both are combinedly required.
Okay. Again, a question to both of you, your journey from first year to fourth year towards your successful campus placement. What are the suggestions and or inputs you would like to give them to prepare themselves? Probably you must have regretted that if I would have done it from first year, it would have been more better. It would have been another cakewalk for me. So right now for the first years, and you know the scenario, it's all online and all that. So how best they can make use of the time now to prepare themselves for the campus placements, and how best they can accept what they have and how to enhance their own credentials which they are having. Could you just throw some light on those also, both of you? Yes, Yugandhar, you can start on that.
Oh yeah, sure, man. So like first, so everything, let's say, I mean, as firstly, the first years more are in like virtual mode of learning. That's, I think it's actually a plus, because what used to happen in our case was, so we used to attend the college and my traveling time from college to my home was around 1.5 hours. So used to, that 1.5 hour of that time, we can use that for something else which is more useful. I used to feel that. And another advantage of how you can kind of, start interacting. See, the thing here is, I mean, like, firstly, in networking. So, in networking mode, also, you can I mean, in virtual mode, also, you can actually network with people. If you just open or, just go to, like, our college website, you can find different like, faculties, email IDs, or phone numbers. Suppose it's the plus what happened to us, like how we started, like getting, I mean, what to say, I mean, exposed to different scenarios or different cases. So we told that we like were part of many hackathons and all that. So how do you create that opportunities? How only a few people of the class were, part of the hackathons, why not the others? First thing, you need to network. So coming to my real life experience, we used to like, as that told, we had this gang of people and we like used to have friends in every year, like fourth year, third year, second year, and first year also. And we used to also interact with faculty. So, ma'am, I have this, I wanted to do this. And so, what should I do? And yeah, that used to happen. But now coming to a virtual mode, also still you can, reach out. Firstly, you can reach out to your faculty. You can ask them, ma'am, or so I just want to network with the person. Like you have a goal. So I wanted to, be in a particular company, like let's say Google. So can you just help me or guide me to someone who is like in this working in a similar domain or working, from any of the alumni. So, they can call us, like the faculty will redirect them. So that happened multiple times. So the TP or the placement team like redirected me a couple of second year, third year students to us to help out those students. So that is one way where in even though in virtual mode you can network. So when you reach out to them, what will you ask? So you can tell them what your clear goal is and what are you trying to achieve for that. So what is the first step which you have taken? If you haven't taken, what are your plans? So then they will start guiding you. Okay, so this is what we have done. So you can also try to implement the same thing. So let's say, let's if a CS student, like a CS and IT student, had reached out to me and say, I want to increase my coding skills or I want to be placed in a product-based company, I would say them, if you're learning any new concept, let's say like in class, in your C class or C++ class, a faculty is teaching you some new concept. Just go for that concept. There's an internet available. Just go search for that concept. There are platforms like Geeks for Gigs or Tutorials Point or Lead Code. They explain it how you can use that in a practical scenario. Go read them. There are platforms like Lead Code, Hacker Rank, where you have for that every concept you can filter out on what problems are there and start solving. So that is how what you learned in your class you can also try to practice it and make it useful for interviews or even after that. So after your job and all. So I still regret one thing, that even though my coding skills are not that level, like they're not that high level. Even now I'm just taking courses. Even now I'm practicing because I want to increase my coding skills. So that was one regret which I had, because now I know, okay, so everything what they used to teach, there are many platforms which teaches practically. Now I'm doing that, but then 4 years back I didn't know how to do, or there was no one to guide us or tell us how we're going to do. So you're going to go and do the same thing. Like yeah, you can just start learning it practically, I would rather say, rather than theoretically, because that actually helps you understand more. Yeah, so that's it I can give.
Okay, so basically you say that you have to reach out to your seniors, your alumni, your faculty. You have to communicate, you have to express. So sitting back and just observing will not work out. You have to come out of your cobwebs, and then you have to discuss your things, your strengths, your weaknesses, and then only then they can help you out. And then you should, I think, from what you said, I can see that you should have a roadmap for everything. You should have your plan worked out from the first year to the final year, and then I think you can't just put your all in your efforts in the climax part of it from the beginning. You have to work out for that. Yeah, thank you, Yugandhari, so much. Now I would like to hear from Vamsi on the same question. I mean, sorry, Ganesh, on the same question.
As Yugandhar said earlier, like there are two main points. One is aim and domain. Like when you start in the first year,
Mm.
most of them doesn't have the goal or aim. Like when they don't have the aim or goal, they go like wherever their mind goes, they goes in that path. That like it is like a crooked path, like a zigzag. But when you have an aim, you'll go in a straight. Like I want this, I want to do this. So after aim, in the aim you will select a domain, like I want to work in this field. So you can ask some senior or the faculty, I want to work in this, what should I do? Like in which path should I follow? like what steps need to be followed? After that you need to analyze yourself, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, and what is your goal, and matching your strengths and weaknesses to the goal. And if your weaknesses are like related to the goal, you need to overcome that and learn. Like most of the thing I regret most is in first year I didn't take it seriously. In second year, after coming second year, I went to so many hackathons, I participated. After networking I came to know like this is my goal, I need to do this. So I approached some seniors, some faculty. Sir, this is my goal. I need to do this. Like, what should I follow? Then from there on, I attended some coding classes, and in open electives also I took like Java, DBMS, and HTML and everything. Like as I'm from Triple E, I need to cover these coding classes. That's my weakness. So I took that path. And after that, I did some hackathons and certifications. Like certifications means you need to learn. Like there are so many online courses like Udemy. You can select a course which suits for you and learn from that and try to implement it by working on a project. Like project must not be more complicated, but it must demonstrate your skills. That's the main point. And for networking, apart from college, you can select LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional platform. Like if you want to select a career path, go like type the career path in that. There are so many profiles in that. Select the profile, check that. If there is experience, just meet them. Hi, I'm so and so. I am interested in this part. I want to communicate with you to go further. I need some advice from you. Ask from them. They'll see that. From that, take guidance from them and move forward. That's my advice.
Okay, you mean to
Ma'am,
say that, yeah, Yugandhar, you wanted to say
oh,
something?
yeah, I just want to add a
Yeah.
couple of points. So
Mhm.
many would be wondering like what skills. I mean, suppose let's say I'm interested in an STE career path in a product-based company. So many will be wondering ki, like what are the skills required. So mostly we lack on what is required for that role. So one advice is they can there are many. I mean, for every company you can just go and search jobs on whether it's Amazon, like Amazon. We have this website called Amazon.jobs. There you can go select a specific role which you want. I want to be a software development engineer. I can just go click on that role, and there they mention the basic qualifications, or you say the preferred qualifications, or they just give a list of what work you did and what all you need to have in order to sustain in the job and clear the interview. So that would be your starting point. Okay, so you got what is required, and then you need to figure out, okay, how will I need that. Suppose if let's say if you're having a long career path and you don't know how the roadmap is, you can just start with, okay, I want to become a software development engineer. So you can reach out, as Ganesh said, you can reach out to LinkedIn or your alumni or anyone, like I have this role, so can you suggest an advisable roadmap for me. There you can work with them on just change, make a modifications so that you will be able to like start working with that. So these two things will really help you to get started with the first point, the initial point.
Oh, thank you so much, Yugandhari, on that. And okay, now coming to the other part of academics, like nowadays students have parental pressure, they have peer pressure, they have a lot many pressures around them, and college and faculty and assignments and records and all this stuff. Now, how do you suggest or advise them that apart from all these things, how should they combine and blend the fun and the focus on their percentages, on their attendance, on their focus on the career placement? So it should not only be academics. How should they develop their in hidden talents of other of arts or music or workouts, or and combine this with academics, and then I think they will grow a real personality then. So speak a few of your sharings on that.
Should I start, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Coming to the, I mean, let's say like there were many of our friends who are like dance, like who have dancing as one of their hobby, or singing, or some were like this fitness freaks to say. So the best thing is to blend the same thing in your like life. So let's say it's talking as you told, ma'am, there were assignments. So what we used to do is, as told, we always used to work in groups. Like we had this couple of friends, or it's not only friends required, this couple of our classmates. We should sit together. Okay, there's one concept we used to learn together and start writing the assignment and submit. So that is what happens when you do it in a group, right? So you have that fun element also added, and you also feel like you have learned something. So as said, like even a faculty is like teaches you at the crazy level, but a friend can teach you even more next level, right? So that we used to always follow that. So that way we used to implement that fun aspect also. And coming to other hobbies, like how do you take it forward? So as college has many fests, many events coming, like every year we have this annual festa and all those things. So there you can just you know nominate yourself, and then a couple of selection rounds, and also like we have this entire clubs in VJIT, so they're like both technical and also non-technical clubs. You can just be a member of that, and you can even take your that, I mean, singing or dancing career also ahead. So yeah, I guess this I would suggest, like, because even we had one a couple of our friends, like in the first year we didn't knew that there were these clubs and stuff. So starting from the second year, they started joining, and yeah, they like that actually used to also enhance their skills, which really helped that. So yeah, I would suggest to join any technical or non-technical the clubs which you are interested in. Suppose let's say the thing which you want and there is no club, so just join a few people, talk to one faculty, like talk to one person who's very comfortable, a faculty person. You can just talk about advantage disadvantage of having that club, and then you can figure out if yes, then you can be the the president of that club, and you can just gather people around and also enhance those skills also, because even then you feel like the college is like a fun, not only academic but also fun.
Okay, that was a wonderful mix up on fun and focus and seriousness and everything. What is your take on that, Ganesh?
Coming to the clubs, as Yugandhar mentioned, like to relieve the pressure, you can do some like most of the people like to do service. In our college, there is HITA. They can join that and do service. Like divert some mind to other things so that you'll relieve your pressure. Studying is like a part of it. Don't totally lean like I need to study, I need to study. That's not the part. Like participate in extracurricular activities like dance, like singing. These are the things. There are so many clubs in the college, and from our college they can go to other colleges and participate, and in that way they can also network with other people, and they can build connections. From
Mm-hmm.
there they can go to another place and participate. Winning or losing is just keep it aside. You need to enjoy and learn. This is the most of the concept. Technical and non-technical, both, like both of them are part of it. Some goes technical, some goes non-technical.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Ganesh, for that. I think you have given us a great experiences, sharing your valued time and price experiences at your college. The final touch, can you just give some few tips to our freshers? I mean, regarding the academics, how they should plan their academics from the first semester itself, so that they do not get panic at the end. Generally, you get serious only in third year and 3-1 and 3-2 and try to escalate your percentages kind of a thing. So instead of hurrying like that, how should they plan their study and their semester wise division of subjects and credits and all that from the first year, so that they do not have any nervous attacks at the end of their career? Yeah.
So coming to the percentages, you need to maintain the percentage from the first year. Just don't if it goes up and down in the second or third year, you can maintain it in the fourth year. But in first year, you need to maintain high percentage so that if in second year it goes down like 1 or 2%, it can be covered in the first year percentage. In that way you can
Mm.
maintain constant. At the coming to the end of the year, you may not have that much pressure on you, like I need to maintain this percentage while entering, like going to the interview or something. The percentage is there from first year to third year, so you don't have that pressure on you. You can work on some other things, like you can allocate the time to other things. If you have pressure like I don't have percentage, like that degrades your mindset there. So try to allocate some time to studying. Like most of the time, just 1 hour is enough. Like just try to understand it so that you can just write it in your own way in the exam. Percentage, you'll get it automatically. If you understand the subject, there is no need to remember that completely. That's my suggestion is like just maintain it high in the first year. If you go to the second year, like once you maintain in the first year, you will not go lower. You try to maintain the same way. That mindset you need to carry further.
Okay, so starting in the beginning itself high, and then that will definitely pull you and push you towards higher end. So in the beginning, the first year itself, you have to have your higher end. That's what Ganesh, you mean? I think so. Is that so, Ganesh?
Yes.
Yes. So nice to hear from you on those. So basically, students should form groups and collaborate with people, like-minded people, academics, or whether it is technical or non-technical. What Yugandhari said, what you said is reach out to students, reach out to the like-minded people, reach out to the faculty, and then sort out your problems and come out of your shells and discuss the problems, discuss the solutions. I think peer groups can give you more best suggestions and practical solutions, and don't just remain in theory, but move out and execute them. Let them face the failures, but then keep on trying until you succeed in that. And that success is very, very tasty and very, very satisfying. Yeah, the final touch and go message for our freshers, Yugandhari, so that you can wind up this.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Uh, yeah. So I would just suggest like see if you just see how what is being taught in your class, though they teach one like 1 hour, though the faculty every faculty teaches 1 hour. If you just open the book the day which they have taught you, like after going home or when you're traveling, if you just open like what like what they taught, it would be just sum up around 5 or 10 minutes. They try to explain things. So when you listen like very clear, like listen to what they explain in the class, so there's no need they doesn't actually take an hour or so for you to just learn it. As you already have listened to that, you're just able to grasp it very easily. So that is one like a milestone. So people like start from third year, they start focusing on their percentages. If you do the same thing from your first year, so there's no need for a separate time which you need to allocate for academics when you reach third year. So then when reaching the third year, or to the best thing which you can start is start like doing some projects, or like searching any internships or stuff. So that time is very valuable for those kind of things which actually expose you to the industrial world. So from the first year itself, you need to start focusing on your academics. So that is one thing which I can tell. And apart from that, yes, apart from your college time, you try to divide your time very practically. Or just so we had a placement officer, Siddharth sir, so he always used to tell. So after going home, let's say 3:45 or like 4 hours, like let's say 4 o'clock a college is done. So by the time you reach home and you fresh up, it would be 6. From 6 to 10 you have 4 hours of time, and that 4 hours of time, like you can do so many things. Suppose let's say if you open a coding problem, or open any platform, or you want to practice anything apart from college, those 4 hours like are more than enough for you to do. So every hour, if you at least try to do 1 hour, I mean something out of your college, I mean out of the what is taught in the college, and which like helps you let's say in your career, that actually works. You have the rest 3 hours, so in that rest 3 hours you can remove 1 hour to what is taught in academics, and you have rest 2 hours then where you can just use it for your fun time, or you just want to have time but you want to just check like be online or something, you can use the time. So that is how you divide your time, what you need to do, and how focused are you. That's the most important thing. You need to maintain your focus. So for maintaining focus, I can suggest one thing which I recently came ahead with. So there's something called Pomodoro timing. So what does that do is, for every 25 minutes it actually sets up an alarm for you. So what you take as a 25 minutes, you consider the time as in the next 25 minutes I'm having an exam and I have a couple of questions which I need to revise. So how consider how focused you are. You maintain that level of focus and do a work. So if you try to implement the same thing in your real life, it actually helps you staying more focused on things which you are actually interested in. So that is how you can achieve
I,
every 25 minutes cycle start. So for every 4 25 minutes you can take a half an hour break. I mean, so that is how the cycles work. And you don't feel stressed, but you feel focused, and the thing which you plan to complete, you can complete. So that is how you can manage your focus.
Oh, I think we have come up with a new technology or new app, a kind of a thing for focusing and maintaining our attention without getting exhausted. Yes, really. Thank you so much, Yugandhari. And the final words from Ganesh today. Ganesh, you're not audible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
From first year to fourth year, what you need to maintain is like analyze your weaknesses and strengths. Try to work on your weaknesses so that from first year to fourth year, you can see your growth. Like at first, I'm an introverted when going outside, like networking with other people, meeting other people, like meeting like-minded people. You develop new ideas coming from that. Like some people want to start up a company or something. It's like entrepreneurship. From that you can learn, like go on to the stage and like talk like presenting an idea. You need to gather like your strengths and weaknesses there. Extracurricular activities, like communication is the most important thing. After that, skills matters the most. And after that, like skills and communication both combinedly, you can go further. Like whenever you present your idea, you have that confidence. You come onto the stage and speak like I have this idea. And from that, once I had an idea, I presented it and it was selected in the entrepreneurship. They said they will sponsor it like seed funding. This is a kind of thing. You need to think like individual mindset and go further.
Ma'am, I would like to add a point over here. So yeah, in the 4 years of
Yes,
your
yes.
journey in engineering, so the most time you spend with your friends. So I had mostly seen in such cases, like let's say if you want to attend a conference or let's say a webinar or some meeting, you discuss that with your friends, and most of them like, oh, okay, like but there's no need, don't go. So, like you get this. Discouraging things, like you encounter this happens in real time, like why you're going, there's no need to go for that and all. But the one thing how you can tackle the situation is you can also take that friend along with you and go and attend that webinar. That's how you are not missing it, you are learning something along with your friend is also learning something. So that is how you need to tackle those very sensitive moments, which I can say is.
Okay, so according to you, those who criticize or say no to them, take them along, make them sit, and make it more fun, add all the fun elements, and make it more interesting. Thank you so much, Yugandhari and Ganesh, for giving us whole lot of inputs for our freshers. It was really, really fun. Also, such an enriching experience talking to my students back there, and seeing them in flying colors is a different kind of satisfaction to the next level. Thank you so much, and all the very best for your future endeavors. God bless you. Thank you, and have a happy day.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for
Thank
this
you so much, ma'am.
opportunity.
Yeah,
If you
welcome,
just
welcome.
add
See you
some
soon
insights
again,
to our.
maybe. See you soon. Bye, bye.
Bye.